Okay, as you can see, I've fixed a normally closed, made it a normally open. In a previous recording, this is helping me out, fault finding, doing this little video. So let's get into it. This is door closing. We hit the door close button. Off delay timer comes on because you want it to run for 4 seconds or whatever you want to set it to after you release the door button. Alright, fine, the T4 comes on and the door close contactor comes in. You release the button, 4 seconds later, it goes off, there you go. Continuing along, we press it again, on goes the same set of contacts and the contactor for the door to close, but this time we're looking at this normally closed here, which is now open to C2. The reason for that is, let's say I've released my, hold on, let's go back a step. Now let's say I've hit the push button and now I release the push button. And timer 4 is still timing for 4 seconds, but I want to hit door stop and I don't want to wait 4 seconds for it to stop. So door stop comes in, C2 comes on, C2 holds in and C2 opens immediately here, there. Right, moving right along. Yeah, and of course the door off. Contactor comes off next. What else we got? So now I'm releasing this door stop button. T4 comes off. Oh, come on. What was I doing? Getting confused here. Right. T4 comes off and C2 is still locked in. That's the point I'm making. So how do we reset that? Well, we reset it just by pressing the down button. There it is. And that opens. C2 comes off, the holding comes off. That comes off. T4 comes in. T4 comes in down there and the door closed. So the reset button is the actual down button. So that's how you reset the door stop despite it having a holding contact. Now this time we got the magnet. The doors come down so far that the magnets come on just before it stops at the bottom, and we want that magnet to activate this on delay timer because we need it to run for 3 seconds after it hits the magnet to shut the door properly, and then turn off here, and off goes the close contactor again. Now that stays like that permanently. This is on all the time, this is off all the time, that's off all the time, as long as it's at the bottom with that magnet. You may notice I've got another magnet here in parallel with the stop button. Let's see what that does. I think I've got to clean up the board before I do that. Okay, we've hit the down button, T4 comes on, T4 comes on down below, and the door is closing. Now I release the button and it's still timing out for 4 seconds, but just as if I don't have this one and only this one here for T5, which turns on, and then because I've already released the button, finally 4 seconds later, T4 comes off. Now this hasn't had a chance to get to 3 seconds, and that turns off, and by the time this closes, it's missed the bottom. The door is up by a couple of inches. So that's why when we hit the door button, T4 comes on, D4 closes, the door starts going down. This time I've taken my finger off the button, and just as the off delay is about to time out, this time I've got this contact in parallel with the push button, keeping T4 on, as well as this one that we had originally to hit T5 on. Now that this T4 is permanently on, T5 can successfully time out to 3 seconds and then open C3. So that's why there's 2 magnet contacts there. So what's next? Alright, continuing. Maintenance mode. Just to finish off, that closes there, opens there, with only the up the door up interlock, in case so both buttons are pressed at the same time, of course. Now we've got push button to jog it down or not. And that's the end of that. And that's the only take I'm going to do because it's late and I think you'll get your head around it. See ya.